Greetings, Silly Kelly here, and I am going to review Ted and Ted 2. I'm not sure if we reviewed the first Ted movie, but I'm going to review them, the two movies, but I'm going to do it in a very strange and surreal sort of way. I've brought the Teddy Ruxpin into the studio. Well, it's in here anyway. It was up on the shelf. But he is going to review the movie. But yeah, as well. So, the first Seth MacFarlane Ted movie was funny in parts. There were some funny scenes. It had some moments. It was trying, though, so hard to be a sort of Seth MacFarlane's Ted movie, the first one, 3 years ago. The joke was that, ooh, it's a Teddy Ruxpin, but it talks dirty. Like, he isn't the only one that thought of that. Like, everybody from the 80s, if they were a boy, born around 1967 or 68, or up to 72 or so, remembers the Teddy Ruxpin from the 1986 series, that you could put a cassette tape in it, and that it would talk. Naturally, that would lead to junior high and high school boys thinking, wouldn't it be funny to put a Metallica tape in it? Didn't work. Wouldn't it be funny to, like, make it talk dirty? Doesn't really work. But you could animate the voice and make it talk dirty. Yeah, one of our New Year's comedy sketches on aired was Teddy Ruxpin as a rapper. And he basically goes on a killing spree in a mall. Gee, it wasn't violent at all. But yeah, it was like a slasher movie with Teddy Ruxpin. And yeah, Child's Play came out like shortly after that story. So that was about a Chucky doll that talks, that went out and killed people. So we did not inspire the people doing Child's Play, but it was interesting that they were on the same wavelength as well. So that means it's not that original. So 2013 they did 2012 they did this Ted movie. The bear swears, the bear has furry sex, the bear smokes pot, and he also does kind of a couple other gross things. The guy from the Flash Gordon was in it, and of course Mark Wahlberg was in it. Mina Kunis. The movie, the creator of Teddy Ruxpin was still alive then, and he was all, this movie is awful, it's a travesty. But yeah, the first Ted movie, I'm going to give it over to Teddy Ruxpin and see what he thought of the first Ted movie. And then, yeah, I didn't think the first one was all that bad. It just wasn't all that great. We're going to give it over to the Teddy Ruxpin Bear. He's going to comment on it. And then we're going to go on to part 2, where they completely jumped the shark. Yeah, so yeah, it didn't get that great of reviews on this one. I mean, it made lots of money, but the critics hate it, because they too were there. It's a one-joke idea. The bear is doity. And he talks like Peter Griffin. It's like, yeah, this voice is really original. It's basically ripped off from several other people back in the day, including Fred Flintstone. It's the same voice. It's like, what's the deal? Fred Flintstone again. Yeah, again and again. Fred Flintstone is actually ripping off Jackie Gleason from back in the day. That puts it all back in perspective there. So it's not the same thing. That's a little bit of Bugsy Siegel in there. Fred Flintstone. Anyway, so yeah, oh gee, cool hog. So anyways, Rhode Island, that's where Hasbro's from. Now, Teddy Ruxpin was not from Hasbro. It was from a place called Worlds of Wonder. So they couldn't get permission to do that, obviously. And here is the bear. Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. I find the Ted movies annoying and stupid. I find both of them stupid, but the second one even stupider. I haven't actually seen the second one, but Silly Kelly has seen it. And unfortunately, it wasn't very good. I think, yes, it is annoying that the kids did that and made my character swear and cuss and carry on and smoke pot and drink, because I would not do that. Unless, of course, you count the time that after our careers went south by 1987, and then, you know, we at Teddy Adventureland of Eliop Land, we started to do drugs, and yeah, and then it all went downhill from there. Isn't that wonderful? In Iliop land? Because I'm not technically a teddy bear, I'm an Iliop. See, yeah. But yes, I did not like the first movie. Especially when I did like when they ripped him apart, though. I thought that should have been the end. Ha 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 ha. Damn, that's messed up right there, Teddy. That's messed up. So yes, Teddy Ruxpin. So yes, Teddy Ruxpin. Now they came up with a sequel, Ted 2. Ted 2 got a lot of things wrong, for a lot of the wrong reasons. The sequel is set in Boston, like the first one, not far from Rhode Island, and so they decided to have an evil Hasbro guy, and the bad guy returns. The bear decides that he should be married, so there's a wedding in the beginning. They steal the cabaret act from Family Guy, because of Seth MacFarlane, and they think that that's funny. So they steal the act, and they do that, and they have a wedding, in which they borrow it from several pop culture movies that have done the cabaret act, and dancing around the piano and stuff like that, and dancing around a giant cake, huge black thing, and doing that. That's right out of Blazing Saddles and Fred Astaire comedies and movies and things way back in the day. So yes, show tunes, he loves those. Well, I think he might be bi, which is just fine because it's 2015. Yay, good. But he should just come out of the closet. The bear should have been homosexual. That would have been better, but he's bi. So anyway, the bear gets married to the floozy girl. And then the black lady decides that they should actually have a baby. At that point, it flies off the rails. Now, as Marx Cards has often said, you put a baby in a comedy, you're done. It's done. If they have a baby in the comedy somewhere, it's over. There's not going to be a part 3 because no, a baby's a plot device in a comedy like a wedding is, and that's the end. That should be the end. They went with there. They also told some puerile humor about the sperm bank. And although that scene was funny, the sperm getting dumped on him, it's in the trailer as well, so it's not giving you any spoilers. But the that's a ripoff of the scene from Family Guy, verbatim. They just did it live. It was like, okay, you've done that. You did that in that one. You also did that in American Dad. Same people. So it's like, you're going to do that like 3 times now. Now you did it live action. Great. Dump sperm on a guy. Great. And that's not that original. Something About Mary did that joke more subtly many years ago. It's 15, 16 years ago. So there you go. More than 16 years ago. And, yeah, they want to introduce a baby. They wanted to introduce a plot device. They attack at one point, they end up at Comic-Con. And in New York. The New York one, not the LA one. And they have a brawl going on at the Comic-Con, and stuff happens there. I won't give all that away. Might as well not. And they've done that on Robot Chicken and Family Guy. It's like, and I think they did it on the other one too. It's like, you've done that joke. Doing it live is just doing it again. It might as well be Family Guy the movie with that voice from Peter Griffin again. Yeah. So it's like, come on, guys. Think of something original. Just do your own stuff live. Okay, but what's next? The Family Guy movie that I would see. Rupert the movie is pretty much what this is. But yeah, not Teddy Ruxpin at all. In fact, they imply that it's a Hasbro version of Teddy Ruxpin with a chip in him. It wouldn't be. It would be a cassette tape. Because back then, that's what it was. And, yeah, so... And then they have this... And then they miss some jokes, devices they could have totally used. Maybe they couldn't get the right people, but they're in Boston, and the show Boston Legal... Yes, I know, we're fans over here of Boston Legal, but it's a lawyer story about him wanting to get his human rights and stuff. Get one of the Boston Legal people to be in it as the judge or the lawyer. That would have been awesome. They got Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. What? Morgan... Okay, Shawshank Redemption joke, I guess. But Morgan Freeman, it comes out of nowhere. It's like, what does he have to do with lawyer shows besides Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption? I suppose that's what they're making fun of. Well, if he broke out of prison, it makes sense. But, like, here was your opportunity to have James Spader in your movie. Or William Shatner as the judge. That would have been hilarious and much funnier. Have William Shatner be, like, at the end going, no, he's not going to take the case. I, Denny Crane, will take the case. I'll be sure to win because Denny Crane. And he just says his name, and that's the joke. Just, okay, you win automatically. See, that would be a nice nod to the show Boston Legal. Why not? But no, all right, they didn't do that. They didn't go there. Instead, they wanted to have a baby. How nice, a baby. And then make a nappy joke. How nice. Really, Seth MacFarlane, you can do better than that. Come on. I mean, Million Ways to Die in the West was funnier than this. And that's not saying much. Come on. Yeah. So what does Teddy Ruxpin think of Teddy 2? Well, hello. I'm Teddy Ruxpin. And you know what? The second movie sounds like it was an even bigger piece of crap than the first one. Yay. Apparently, people are dumber than I thought they were. That's unfortunate. It's unbelievable. They should have done pot. I hear the only funny scene is a Jurassic Park reference, and they overdid that. In a field of pot. Yes, that's funny. And I don't mind a good pot comedy. Mind you, I liked Slack. I liked the first part of Pineapple Express. But, you know... But it's like, okay, let's do it to death, why don't we? And I didn't mind that they were making fun of that other movie with the bear driving the car. All right, fine. But still, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah, that. Yeah, so, you know, whatever. If they're going to make fun of something as esoteric as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, why didn't they include your Boston Legal reference? Why didn't they? I don't know. God. Excuse me while I puke. Just kidding, I didn't puke. But I should have. Especially during that semen scene. Ew. I didn't want to see that. It would bring back nightmares of Gruffyland, the Iphilumps. Iliops. Yes. Not like nightmare fuel anyway. One of my eyes is open and the other isn't. It's because this other one's a false eye. It's because I had a bear stroke. When they found me in a rummage sale at a flea market. See what levels of depravity I've fallen to. Oh, God. I bet they didn't even pay $5 for me. It was $15. $15. I was a star once. A star. I was on top of the world, and it was like the Great Gatsby all over again or something. At the best of times, the worst of times. I was a star. 1986, you couldn't find me on the shelves. In 1987, not so much. But yes, I was a star. There you go. Teddy Ruxpin did not like Ted 2 either, but he didn't see it. But I saw it. Yeah, so... Yeah, Seth MacFarlane. Try again. No more babies. No more babies this time. What was he thinking? Like, ooh, they're going to shout at each other and they're going to have a kid. Yeah, that's going to be real responsible. There'd be like a mini Ted and an evil guy, and the Enterprise is going to hit somebody and whatever. Well, I chalk up the whole Comic-Con scene to him ripping off Robot Chicken, which did it better. Yeah. Like, for one thing, that wouldn't happen. Where's the security guards? Security all over at Bacon and Phantom. You can't go around in there hitting people. Come on. How did they get in? They didn't say they had tickets. They implied that they had tickets earlier, so they should have said, okay, we got our tickets, we're going to go. Okay. But still, they would have been kicked out immediately. It's like, come on. It was fun to see Michael Dorn playing someone else, but as a Klingon. Playing Worf, but not Worf. And it was fun to see the Tick guy. But other than that, and it was fun to see the dude from Law and Order and whatever playing the evil Hasbro executive. And there were some clever jokes. I mean, the part where they go into the improv thing and they're all like say some uncomfortable things at the improv. That was funny. So there were some clever scenes in there, but that does not equate great movie. That makes your movie up from 1 star or maybe to 1.5 just because there's a good joke in it. Yeah, that doesn't work. So there you go. There's my rant and review of Ted 2. So yeah, not Teddy Ruxpin. Actually, I did have Teddy Ruxpin swearing in the New Year special, but but it was funnier than McFarlane because he was barfing. Yeah, you don't oversell the joke. You got the Jurassic Park joke, for instance. You don't need, like, there was this scene in the movie where they see the pot and it's like Jurassic Park, they move in herds, but it was a joke, in the movie because of the other movie that came out. And it was like, in the Ted movie, they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to oversell it. He's overselling it. He's like, okay, see, audience, ooh, this species of pot plant hasn't been known forever. That's really all you need. And then they look around in awe, and this music that sounds a little bit like it plays. That's the joke. But no, he ran through it like dun 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 dun, and it's like, oh, look, they move in herds. Ooh, it's like, no, McFarlane, just tell the joke. Don't hit us over the head with it. Come on, God. And yeah, where was Denny Crane? You're in Boston, Denny Crane. Denny Crane. Bam. Okay, maybe nobody's heard of that. But nobody's heard of that other thing either. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Really, Seth? Really? I mean, come on, that movie was great. But still, how many people in this generation have seen that movie? My generation, our generation, yes. But the kids that are watching that, they don't know what that is. I got a copy of it back there. See? See? Told you I had it. Right there. Put it back. Oh yes, and by the way, I think it is awesome that Nostalgia Critic wore the orange shirt. Yes. And did an orange shirt rant. Cool. So I put mine back on and Calcat shirt here, and I did that one too. But yeah, apparently his Jurassic Park stuff got taken down for his other Jurassic Park movies not because he was using the copyrighted material, because he's a film critic, that's legal, as long as you keep just snippets of it. It was the music. They flagged you for the music. They did that to us too. So just make sure when you put it up and do another review of something, just take the music out. Just like makeup and Comtech music in the background. It'll be fine. Anyway, so and I'm sure you guys know how to play music over there. Nostalgia Critic. And I'm going to shout out to Nostalgia Critic and several other people. Shout out to the gamer people, the typical gamer, Epiphany, Hike the Gamer, Master Yourself, and others over at the other websites, and also Dubtastic, Microwave Theater, the only original microwave show, and LA Beast, Chuck from the Bronx, Shoe Nice, and let's see who else. Fail Army and Monthly Fails. And all of our other subscribers. And video sites. And also the Transformers Meets Robotech, now has views, climbing up the ratings. That's awesome because we retitled Transformers Meets Robotech so that people wanted to watch it. That new show is not as good. They're going to our fan films. Good. Well, yeah. So right on. And any news about the Robotech thing? Yeah, we're working on stuff. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have something. Ew, I just noticed that Wolverine is dangling from this thing right here. In my Tom Felton picture. It's hilarious. Because he looks very upset that somebody took his picture.